so excited to be here. How's everybody doing? Good? Just hanging in here? Last talk. All right, so it's such, well, first of all, I want to say thank you to Design Reality, Joshua and Chris. It's just amazing, the community that has been built here. I'm so proud to be a part of it. It's really an incredible time to be a creative and a designer. And I'm so excited by it, honestly. My career has been predominantly as a software developer, working sort of at this intersection of virtual space and physical space. So predominantly that's been built, working with software that's meant for the built environment, like a museum exhibit or a public space or an event space where you have this convergence of like a giant interactive screen or a projection map surface and then a place where people are gathering like this. And oftentimes, it's a struggle, and I ask myself why I do this, because designing software is hard, and to be honest, designing something physical, as you all know, is also extremely hard. And to mash those things together creates all new problems. And I really was reflective about this years ago, or a few years ago, when I was thinking about what I wanted to do with spatial media. And what I realized is that there's too much of me that just loves physical space and just the interaction between people to just go full internet. That's not me. I can't go fully virtual. I just love what it means to be a person living in this room, connecting with other people. And I want that from my other passion, which is, this amazing connective world we live in with our technology. And so I started exploring that more and more and thinking about these physical spaces and what brought me to them. And what I realize is that what I really love about a space is that every space, honestly this space, every space you go into will evoke an emotion out of you. And whether the designer intended it, honestly, or whether they didn't, some spaces are chaotic, some spaces are tranquil, some feel like home. Hopefully your home feels like home. And that's sort of the magic of it. That's the magic of being human, being a human walking into these different structures, is that connection to an emotional experience. And so what I kind of pulled back and realized then after sort of talking to more and more architects and interior designers and retail designers, literally hundreds of people over the course of our research phase, is that spatial design is experience design. And oftentimes you get very caught up in the practicalities of creating a space. And we have software that addresses that. I mean, BIM is incredible. Like the software that Autodesk makes, full stack, like the capabilities of creating precision and all this integration amongst the life cycle of a project is incredibly powerful, and you've seen lots of examples of that today. But the sort of gap that I found is in just purely the experiential side of that. And so I started deconstructing that and saying, okay, well, what is it about experience design that we could bring to this field of spatial designers, architects, interior designers, retail designers, landscape architects, all of these people who their profession is taking an idea and translating it into the physical world someplace. Well, why don't we have a tool that's meant for designing an experience? Why don't we have tools that are meant not only for designing and experiencing something immersed by yourself, but as we experience spaces together in a group amongst others in real time? Our design teams are large, most of them. On any sufficiently ambitious project, you're working with stakeholders on the client side, a large design team, different trades, people working on the interior, exterior. All of those people have to come together into a shared vision of what is being built. And so we set about to build the Wild. Now the Wild is a collaboration platform for designers to create and share their experiences. The Wild is built just natively from the ground up as a multi-user shared space. So think of the architecture maybe similar to Google Docs, where where you have these resources in the cloud that you can log into, and you can be in there at the same time, or you can be in there separately, but everyone's always up to date looking at the current version. And to show you today the wild, I'm going to invite Misha from our team to join us in this space. Misha, are we able? Yeah, go ahead. So Misha is actually in the back of the space here. Look. Hey, go ahead, buddy. Jump in there. Oh, you know, okay, I have to be honest. I'm a junkie for a live demo. I love live demos, and I love the awkwardness that sometimes is created. But, okay, you've got to hit the power button, you've got to start it up, you've got to jump in there. I'm just going to start talking about it a little bit and telling you about it. So it's a connected environment. Basically, you can join together in these shared spaces in real time. The wild is meant as a sort of ideation tool primarily. So massing is very simple in the wild. You can create a massing study and visualize it both for yourself and others. You can, oh, amazing. I hear him. Misha.
Let's do this.
Yes, let's do this. Okay, there he is. There's my man. Okay. So Misha is our product manager. He is right here in avatar form. You can see that he can hear us. We can talk to him. And we are sharing this space. Okay, go ahead and let's get started, Misha. Okay, so we're going to teleport here into immersive mode and get started. All right, so you'll see first off, what's the sort of configuration we're going with here is we're running our desktop viewer on one computer. That's how we're all joining the space from just a regular, you can join from Mac or Windows, just a regular laptop or a desktop computer. Then we're watching Misha, who is working with his hands in VR right now. And you'll see here this amazing quote to the right of the screen. How can we make the computer respond to our hand rather than the hand responding to the computer? And I love this quote, would have stumbled upon it. Of course, incredible designer, but it really is sort of fundamental to what we're trying to do is, as a designer, it's not just about working in immersive mode, and it's not just about working and looking around and having that VR experience. It's about working with your hands again. It's about, who doesn't, think better with your bodies than with just your mind alone? It's this synergy of getting back to the practicality of what it means to work with your hands, even when you're working in an intellectual medium like being a designer, an architect, a retail designer, an interior designer, whatever you're trying to do, working with your hands and getting back to that physicality of standing and grabbing things and manipulating the environment is incredibly powerful. It opens up all kinds of possibilities for creating a mind-body connection that is honestly like refreshing once you start doing it. And so you see here, we're sort of creating this massing study for maybe this concept building that could be built on the side of this mountain. And so now I want to go show you how we're able to take this and go to the next level. So Misha, go ahead and bring out a portal. Taylor, if you could pull back and show them that. Okay, so this is basically the wild is built. It's a series of spaces that you have access to, and we move between those spaces by spawning them with these portals. Misha's able to go inside of it, and then he's on the other side of that, and then Misha's able to move forward and put us into it and transport us into this new space. So this is a space designed by Open Studio Collective, a local design firm who we are working with to sort of visualize their content. And this was predominantly designed in SketchUp, but there is a full workflow for bringing your models in from applications like SketchUp. And you can see that then we can fully visualize this in the space. Xavier should be joining us here as well. Are you around, Xavier? Perfect. Okay. Did somebody call Xavier and tell him to get jumped in? Great. Okay, that's okay. Misha can show us. So let's go ahead and teleport ourselves into this this space here. And once Xavier gets here, that'll be awesome. Okay, so basically we've got an interior space here. We're going to show you what it looks like to lay it out. Misha, go ahead and let's create the middle barrier. So we're going to show you basically the wild. In the wild, you have access to what we call the library. So it's this magical portal that you can spawn in front of your body, and it basically is sort of like a Dropbox built into the wild. It gives you access to all of the models that you have in your at your disposal. Everything in the library can be shared with other users or team members. You can really efficiently access that content and distribute it amongst your team in real time to build a great shared library of content. That's a big thing for designing inside of any sort of immersive platform, whether you're in augmented reality or virtual reality. That's really important, is to have access to content. And so having a way that you can bring that directly into the space as quickly as possible, whether you're downloading those models from a manufacturer's website or from a, like you model them internally in another application, you're bringing them in, we want to give you access to all of that natively inside of the wild. And you can see how quickly you can sort of come up with a concept and mature a concept in real time in these few seconds that we're sitting here. And then get an idea of what it's like to be in that space. And not just in that space alone, but in that space with multiple people. So inside of the wild, you can join together with up to 8 different team members joining from different platforms in real time. And that's honestly super important. I mean, that's sort of what I found is the pivotal thing here is not just being able to design on your own, but being able to enjoy that space with others and experience that space with others so that you can understand, how does this feel if I have 10 people in here versus 2 people in here? How does it feel to sit around this table and talk? What's the spacing in this narrow hallway like? It's much different when you're there alone versus when you're there in a group. So you see how sort of efficient it is to work. And you can see also Misha's manipulating his scale in real time. That's another big part of it, is being able to really efficiently go from 1-to-1 scale to this large scale. And for anyone who's working together inside of the space to be able to manipulate their own scale in real time. Okay, so let's go ahead and Misha, actually, how are you feeling about this, Misha? Are we getting close here on this design? Maybe get some chairs now?
I think so.
Are we going to try to actually, no, this is good. Okay, we're going to get it. Let's move over to AR. Okay, so the Wild is fundamentally an XR platform. We really believe that this technology is most powerful when it's merged across different mediums. And so from the ground up, we really invested in it, not just as this virtual reality design tool, but because our customers are spatial designers, we wanted to be able to blend that idea into a built environment. And so here you see, we've got Melissa, who's over here, our design director, is holding an iPad that we're looking through, that you're looking at me through. And you can see Misha is right here to my side and able to start designing in real time. So Misha, go ahead and jump up and mass out a wall. So you see he has still access to all of his same tools. He has the ability to create that in real time. He's able to take those materials and apply them to any masses that are created. He can drag furniture out. All of this data is being real-time streamed between all of these devices from our cloud. And it's amazing, the different use cases that jump up when this happens. Oh, perfect. Thank you. Okay, so the different use cases that you can get when you do this, like this crazy experience here, where we're giving this presentation in an all-new way Misha is, physically detached from this, but honestly, he could be anywhere. Like, we have customers now that are working across the country, across the world, joining together like this in this crazy, mixed reality experience. And all of these emergent use cases that are coming up, when you think about it, not just as a simulation environment, not just as a modeling environment, but as a connected experiential environment that is bringing people and their ideas together across distance, across time, into this new reality that we are all sharing. And if anything, that's the fundamental thing that we sort of believe is, this is a sort of a pet peeve of mine. Yes, a giant. A pet peeve of mine when people call it real reality. I just sort of fundamentally believe that real is sort of a misnomer in this case. Like, we have virtual content and virtual space, and we have physical space. And the reality that we're creating is really just this new mishmash reality. But extended reality is really what it is. And honestly, it's all real at this point. It's all real. You can have a very real experience just like we're having right now. That is this synergy of physical and digital in an all new way. And that is the great power, the great superpower of being creatives in this day and time. That's sort of the magic of being able to have an idea and experience it together in a way that you used to only be able to have in your dream space, and now you can have it together in a connected, real-time physical space. So we're going to go ahead and jump over into one last space, which gives our contact information. Go ahead, Taylor. Yep, there you go. Well, there you go. Woo! So here's my contact information. Our website is thewild.com. Today is a very exciting day for us because we are finally opening up our product. We've been working on it since January of 2017. It's been through a crazy evolution in that time. We have had customers in early access, for this entire year, and now we're sort of opening it up to the broader market. So if you're interested in the Wild, if you like what you've seen here and you think that you could benefit from integrating this as a part of your workflow, go to thewild.com, apply for access, and we will be more than thrilled to get you onboarded into this environment and set up your team. If you have any questions, feel free to grab me and ask, or if you didn't get a chance to do a demo before, please jump in the back and try it out. Thank you for your time. I'm Gabe Paez.